All right, so welcome. I don't really know what this is called. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I put out a few tweets and asked for my followers to ask me some questions. Any football related questions that they had that they wanted answered from my very unprofessional opinion. I didn't get any. I get a couple one. I got one response to be exact. I don't know. Maybe people just didn't know what to say, know what to ask. They didn't think maybe it was a legitimate thing, but I have some audio equipment lying around, and I'm a huge Patriots fan. So any way that I can interact with followers is something fun. I really enjoy having a parody Twitter account that people enjoy. Um, for those who maybe haven't followed from the beginning, I've had this account for probably 2.5 years. Um, it might even be. I'm not even really sure how long I've had it for. It's been a little while. I'd say right around 2.5 years is when I first started the account. Originally, I believe the original account was the Talib account, and then I had Revis. So I had Talib for half a season, Revis for all of last season, and then now this year Gronkowski, because all the players that I pick seem to leave the team the next season. So, anyways, we'll get right in. This will be a really quick one because I've only got one question, and I just wanted this to be more of like an introduction, more than an actual episode, just so people can realize that like this is for real. This is something that maybe I'll do once a week, gather some questions and put together a 25-minute show where I just bullshit about football and answer fan questions for a little while. So the question that I did end up getting was a question that I think a lot of Pats fans have a problem with when people say this, and especially when Flacco himself said it. So the question was, and the person who asked the question, it's at Sharon AAA. I think there's four A's there, 5 A's, 6 A's. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's Sharon 5 A's H at Sharon 5 H's 5 A. Oh my God, what am I doing here? Sharon, then 5 A's and an H, all one word. Sorry, I butchered that so badly, but that's who asked the question. She says, "Is Joe Flacco an elite quarterback?" And the simple answer is no. I think a lot of people would agree, and a lot of people would disagree. This in this day and age of football, you really have to have a quarterback capable of getting you to the playoffs and taking you from there. It's not any quarterback that can win a Super Bowl. And if you look in the last 15 seasons, pretty much all the quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls have been elite. And there's two or three real big ones that stick out as exceptions, that being Eli Manning, Trent Dilfer, and Flacco. I think Flacco's good enough. Flacco's the type of guy that's not going to lose the game for you. He's always had the privilege, I don't know, maybe it's a privilege. He's always had the luxury of a solid defense behind him. And when they did end up winning the Super Bowl, that defense played a huge role. You know, it's just like the Giants in 07 and 2011. The defense that it just carried the team. And I think it was the year, I think it was when the Ravens won. It was like the final game of the season, and they had to convert like a 4th and 28 or something crazy like that to even make the playoffs. And they got to the playoffs, and like they say, defense wins championships. New England finally got a solid defense last year, and they won a championship again. And the same goes for Manning and Trent Dilfer back in whatever year it was, 2000, was it, when the Ravens won? Defenses can carry teams. So the quick answer for me is no. I don't think Joe Flacco is an elite quarterback, but he's a quarterback that, with help of pretty good receivers over his career, has been able to put together a pretty good career, a pretty successful career. It's one that a lot of teams. It's one that he's a quarterback that a lot of teams would really like, because you look at the bottom 15 teams in the league, the bottom 17 teams in the league, and there's not many teams with a quarterback that can really get you over that hump, put you in the playoffs, and get you to a spot where you're close to winning a Super Bowl. And Joe Flacco didn't necessarily carry the team by any means, but he was able to get them there and to stay relevant. The offense was good enough where that defense could make the plays that they needed to and go on and win a Super Bowl. I mean, it's not a fluke when you win the Super Bowl. It's just, I think no matter who is at quarterback, a lot of the praise is put on that position when a team wins a Super Bowl. And you see what happens when he got the big contract in the year that came after that, the year or two that came after that. They didn't make the playoffs for 2 seasons because they didn't have that money to spend on guys around him. When you look at Brady's never been a guy that has the biggest contracts in the NFL. He's always been a guy that says, here's what I'll take, but spend some money elsewhere so we can have a complete balanced football team. So that's really what the problem is. Like Brian Tannehill making $100 million, having a $100 million contract, that's retarded. It's the stupidest. Like, what are you thinking? How are you? Now their defense is a very good defense, but a quarterback like that, who's like, what has he done? He's never had more than, I don't know the exact statistics, but I don't think he's had any more than 7 wins, 8. I mean, he's such a borderline. The beginning of last season, you didn't know if he was even going to be on the team. It's insane. Quarterback positions, it's the craziest position. You can win. You can have such an unproven track record and still get ridiculous contracts. So no, I don't think Joe Flacco's elite, but I do think he's a competent quarterback who is able to keep his team above water and make some plays when he has to. Another question has just come in as as I was just about to wrap up here. It is from @Dave Dombrowski, D-U-M-B, Rowski, R-O-W-S-K-I, all one word, Dave Dombrowski, I guess it's Dombrowski. He says, what year does Belichick hang up the whistle? I've heard from, now don't quote me, I don't know who said this, but I've heard that he has a goal to win a Super Bowl without Brady. So I say Brady has 3 or 4 seasons left with the way he's playing. I really strongly believe that. Now, I don't know, what happens after that, whether he really does spend another 6 or 7 years to try to win another Super Bowl if it does take that long. I remember in that, I think it was, what season was it? It was the 2009 season when they did the story and the documentary on Belichick, and they spent the full season following him around. He said that, he's not going to be that coach that coaches into his 70s and 80s. But I've heard that his personal goal is to win a Super Bowl without Brady. So the quick answer for that one is 2015 right now. I say he can coach another 10 years in the league. I'd say maybe 2025. I don't think that's crazy to think that. That's pretty long. But realistically, probably 2023. I'll throw that out there. I hope no time soon. The guy's a great coach, and I'd love to see him with the Patriots the rest of his career, and I'm sure he will be. So I'll say 2023, just kind of throwing it out there, because I think he does want to win a Super Bowl without Brady to show that, he's able to redo it and restart with another quarterback and build up a team capable of winning. Anyway, so if you have any questions, send them on through, and I'm not sure when the next episode's going to be. I'm not sure what we're going to... I'm not even sure how I'm going to upload this. This might be on YouTube. This might be on some other sort of podcast-related website. But I'll obviously throw a link on the Twitter account, and send me some questions. Let me know what you guys thought. If this is on YouTube, send me some comments. Just let me know what you thought. Let me know if I should include anything, what I could do to make it a little bit better. But that was the quick 10-minute video, the introduction, a few questions answered. So thanks for listening, and... if you're not already following, go follow that Twitter account @Faux_Gronkowski, FAUX_Gronkowski. Take it easy.